He's actually lower than drone flight. That's a little one right there. Alright, here comes another little deer. That's the little buttonhead that was following the doe earlier. So, he was playing like he was a big boy. Makes you wonder, whenever there is no big bugs around and the little buttonheads are following does or trying to. Hi guys. Hey, it's a brand new day on Gilliam Farms. And I am back. I am back at deer camp. I am up in the deep woods. And I have been in one of my favorite stands again this morning. I'm bow hunting right now. It's November 10th. I'm going to be here for 2 or 3 days, and then in preparation for next week, which is our rifle season, starts next weekend. And next week I will be here every day until I get a deer. So that will be when I will probably try to get my buck. Will be probably be during the rifle season, unless the one that does it for me comes by whenever I'm bow hunting. Usually I like to keep a buck tag available for a rifle, just in case, because you can reach out and touch them with a rifle. But anyway, I am, let's see what I see this morning. 8 does, a button head that thought he was a big boy, and he was trailing does. And so a buttonhead is a little button buck. He doesn't, his antlers don't even protrude through the skin yet on his head. They're just little nubs. And then a spike that I did not get video of. I considered shooting a doe this morning. The doe that I really wanted to shoot, she kind of had me busted. And I was having camera issues. I was sitting there trying to turn a GoPro on, and it kept coming on, then going right back off and telling me that the battery was dead, even though it was showing 80-something% charge. So I'm using the same camera right now, by the way, and I just dropped another battery in it, and it's working fine. But in the meantime, while I was messing with that camera, she got out of range on me and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to get that one. And then there was another one that came up, and I watched it, and I was thinking I should take that one, but then I kept thinking, you know, it's November 10th. That's a single doe by herself. She may have a buck following her. So I held off. I didn't shoot her, and let her go on, and no buck. So anyway, but this is, really it is kind of, I'm a funny guy. I come out here to shoot does and pigs, and I'm always thinking bucks. I just can't get bucks out of my head. So I'm always thinking, well, what if? I decided to walk to an area of the lease. It's about, probably 300 yards or so from where I was this morning, to see about one of my stands. I'd actually thought I'd taken that stand down a while back, and I go, wait a minute, maybe I didn't, maybe it's still there. So anyway, I come over here, and it's still here. It's still in the tree, and it's still, the briars have grown all up and down the ladder. Let's see if I can get around here to it. I don't even know if I can get there. Wow. Yeah, these cross straps are chewed off of it. but the strap around the tree is still on. And there's this briars growing all the way up it and on it. So what I really need to do is I really need to take this down and get it out of here, because I don't hunt. You see how this is grown up right here? This used to be a good place to hunt, but it's grown up so thick right now that it's not the best. So, I mean, I'm not saying that you couldn't get a deer here, but the fact you have to wade everything, all the briars and stuff to get to this stand, just makes it not worth the effort for it to be right here to me. I've done something else while I'm here. My stand is right there. And I have watched a multitude of bucks, small bucks and stuff, come over here and start working this branch right here. You can see where they've knocked some of these limbs off and stuff. They just like to do that. And I've seen them scrape right here. Well, what I've done is I've taken a stick and I have actually raked this all out into a big scrape area. And then myself, I have urinated in it. Okay, everybody's going to freak out now. And they're going, oh, you didn't pee near your deer stand, did you? Okay, don't freak out, folks. All right? This is a good way of seeing what your bucks are in your area, because they will come and investigate this. They will smell it. They will come over here. They'll check it out. They'll scrape it themselves. They'll urinate in it, etc., etc. Deer cannot distinguish between human urine and other animal urine, okay? Now, they might be able to tell like doe and estrus and stuff like that because they're attuned to that, but they don't know. I mean, think about this for a minute. They're not born with the innate ability to know exactly what your urine smells like. So deer aren't born knowing, oh, that's human urine. They don't know that. They know it's urine. So if they see a scrape and they smell urine in it, they automatically think that that's going to be competition of some sort. So it puts them, to where they keep traveling the area. They keep trying to figure out what the competition is, etc., etc. And if I happen to be in that stand right there, whenever that happens, it could work out. And that's not a bad bow shot. That's a 25-yard shot. So anyway, yep, just one of the things I do. And it does work. Back in the same stand I was in this morning, and I'm high on the ridge. I'm pretty sweated up because it's pretty warm this afternoon, and I wore too much clothes because I'm riding a four-wheeler out of here. But since the pigs aren't up here right now, cameras aren't showing any pigs right now for whatever reason. Maybe they moved on or something like that. I decided, well, let's go back to deer hunting. So I have my compound bow with me right now. So anyway, let's get started. Oh yeah, that scrape I made earlier, it's right down there. So that'd be perfect if I can get a deer in that scrape for a shot. It's about 23 yards to that. So anyway, let's get started with this. There goes one. More pigs. Smell me. Smart buggers. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's a white one again. Perfect. Drilled it. Coolest things ever. I was able to get 2 pigs with my bow from this tree. So I've got one up that way. There's one. And there's one out that way. Awesome, awesome. Let's see what else happens. Comes in. Gigantic bug right there. I mean, gigantic. I hope you're getting this. That's the kind of bug. another one on. What a hunt. Last night, or yesterday evening, very late, I shot a very large whitetail buck. And what I'm trying to attempt to film now is the recovery of that deer. I did not go look for it. I got down, I looked at my arrow, didn't see a lot of blood on my arrow, could not see any blood at the site of the hit, and my experience has always been, and my flashlight was almost completely dead. I would have had to use the light on my phone in order to find this deer, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. It's very rugged, remote, and I just wanted the deer to be able to go to the closest area and lay down. So this is the attempted recovery. Let's see what happens. I've made it back up here to where I shot the deer last night or yesterday. Here's the arrow. It's broken in half. It doesn't have a lot of blood sign on it. I do not see blood right here at the hit site. I have not went any further than where I am right now. I have not looked any down through there. So I'm hoping that blood starts going down through there. The buck went that way. Right there is that scrape that I made yesterday. He was headed straight for that scrape whenever I shot him with the bow. So, and he came up through here, and I was sitting right there. So let's see if we can find any blood. I think when he ran, he went this way. I'm going to cut this off for a minute and look around and do some circling here. Okay, folks, I am a long way from the hit site, but I hope you can see that I have found some blood. So it took a lot of circling to get to this point, but I can't believe that I found blood. It looks like he's headed down toward that creek. Let's see if I can find the next blood. I need to mark this blood so I don't lose it. One of my old tree stands from days gone by. Had a lot of good hunts out of that stand way back in the early 2000s or so. Haven't been in it many a year. It looks like it's kind of grown into the tree some. All right. So I have trailed that deer as far as humanly possible. I have made circle after circle. I've been out here for about 3 hours on this trail. And I have determined with the very sparse blood that I had, looked like muscle blood, didn't look like any internals blood. I'm going to determine that deer is going to live through that and probably maybe give me another opportunity even. It has happened before, folks. In 2014, I hit one with my bow. This very same day, which was Veterans Day, and didn't get the deer. And then that very same Thanksgiving, I was sitting out there rifle hunting and actually got the exact same deer. It was running a doe hard. So anyway, it's very disappointing. I am going to go home and look at the footage on our 65-inch TV and see what that looks like. But I am thinking right now that I hit that deer very low, possibly just through the front leg, through the muscle of the front leg. That's kind of what I've got in my head right now anyway. So anyway, I'm all sweated up. Been out here a while. I've looked and looked and looked, made circles and looked and looked. And like I said, I'm right now I'm about a mile from where the deer was at this point. So probably going to be okay. So anyway, at least you got footage of seeing a big deer coming up. You know, it's all my fault. Old eyes and pin sights and low light and all that stuff, but at the bottom line, it's my fault. Scopes make things a lot different in lower light, and I don't have one on my vertical bow. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and go back to camp. So God has put it on my heart to look one more place for that deer. This is Monday. The deer was hit on Friday evening late. There's one place that I need to look, and that's where I'm going right now. I really don't think that the deer is, I don't think it was a fatal hit. I really don't at this point, but you have to do everything in your power. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go the extra mile and look and see and make, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure, you know, in my own mind that he's okay. So that's, if I find him deceased, that'll bring closure. If I don't find him, that's going to bring closure too, because if I don't find him, that means that he made it. All right, guys. In my mind, I have closure now on the deer. I have walked out this entire creek bottom, looked at all of the water holes, because sometimes wounded deer will go to water. I have looked for birds. I have flown my drone over to make sure there are no birds flying anywhere. And by birds, I mean buzzards and crows. So I have closure. That deer made it. He is okay. Probably sore, wiser, but okay. So this is just one of those things that's going to happen if you're going to deer hunt, and you get enough opportunities in your life, you're going to end up losing a deer at some point. It's not something that I'm proud of or anything. I just know that it's going to happen. So anyway, yeah, now it's time to move on, do some other chores, and get ready for next week. But I think this is the end of this video right now. So if you like this type of content, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll continue to bring more content in the future as available. And as always, everybody, God bless. Time for me boots, folks.